when you reincarnate, do you go forward or backwards in time? Some people say it's impossible to reincarnate backwards in time, but that's something to think about. Hi, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful day, nice and sunny, and another reminder that spring is on its way. And as I'm always saying, we only really get the winter, the dark days, the cold spells, because that way it leads to the nice opposite thing where it's all bright and sunny and nice, like this actually. But it'd be good to see some leaves on the trees. I'm sure we'll get them soon. Anyway, I am Andy, your host. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm having a fantastic day and I hope you are too. I really do. So, reincarnation. This is almost a vexed question. I've seen some quite big arguments about this, and I have been in them a bit, but I tend to avoid big arguments as much as I can because the energy isn't great that way. And if you think I'm talking rubbish, fair enough, you know, each to their own. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind if this is something they firmly and truly believe in. But yeah, this question came up. I did a past life reading for somebody once, and well, I've done quite a few of them actually, but this one in particular actually involved a dog as well. And it came to me that this dog had had sad, well, we've all had many lives. That's the nature of things. That's how reincarnation works. Many times throughout the history of the world, and maybe even the whole universe. And this dog had had lives where it had gone backwards, and it had lives where it had gone forwards. And so there became a bit of an argument as to whether that was possible, because many teachers teach that you can't do anything other than go forwards in your reincarnation. You know, if somebody passes away, say in 2022, as it is right now, they are not going to reincarnate any other time but 2023 onwards, or maybe later in 2022. But you know what I'm saying. It has to be going forward. That's the idea. And I just don't know. And I'll tell you why in a second, because I just got to check the post. Yes, more garden stuff, a sure sign of spring. Got some seed trays here, and this ought to be a maximum minimum thermometer, so I can see how hot and how cold it got in the greenhouse on a given day. Right, so here we go. I'm also on my way to pick up a parcel actually. I had a bit of an ordering session on Amazon and eBay. And I always get the Amazon stuff sent to the local post office because they just can't find the place. Simple as that. And it's some neem oil, the oil of an Indian seed from the neem plant. And if you spray this on things, it's kind of completely organic, harmless, non-toxic pesticide, a natural pesticide. You know, you can eat. I'm not going to drink this stuff, but you could. It wouldn't kill you, apparently. But it's okay if you spray it on plants, so I'm going to go get some of that. Right. So, reincarnation. The reason I'm not so sure that you can only go forward is that I've had an experience in meditation. I had it several times, and it was many years ago now, actually. Sort of in the must have been about something like 2010, I suppose, that I had this experience. I was meditating, and I was taken to what seemed to me to be a past life, and I was someone completely different to who I am, you know, in the present day sense. Let me just check the road. Here we go. Yeah, I was someone completely different. You know, I wasn't Andy, I wasn't me in this experience. I was in a sort of kitchen, and it was in the back of a big shop in the big city of Cardiff. Not very big compared to an American city or London or anything, but it's the biggest city in Wales as far as I know, and that's where I was. And yeah, there's a shop, and in the back was a space where people lived, and there were these net curtains up. And it's very nice in there, actually, all kind of good quality, nice looking kitchen stuff. And I was making some tea, and the thing about it is, it was in the 1980s, and I was already very much alive in the 1980s. And I think I turned 18 in 1980. So that was neither a past life or a future life, but it seemed to be a life that runs parallel with the life I'm having now. And it had all the hallmarks of a past life regression experience, you know, and it had all the hallmarks of reincarnation and everything about it. But that, more than anything else, makes me question the idea that you can only go forwards when you reincarnate, and that you can only go backwards when you have a past life regression. And those ideas that you can only go forwards or backwards depending on what you're doing, seems to me those ideas are there because that's what makes sense to us. And friends, as I'm sure you all know by now, very little spiritual practice makes obvious sense in terms of what we rather laughingly call the real world. And if you're still watching this, I guess you believe that this world is nothing really but a dream. So when you think about it, if this life is just a dream, which I'm sure it is, how can it be that a dream is pinned to a particular time and you can only go backwards and forwards from that time? I just don't buy it. I really don't. So there is something to think about for today. Car's coming, so let's flip the camera and have a road trip. Right, here are my first seedlings of 2022. They are rocket lettuce and they're coming up really nice and quick. And this is why I'm thinking about gardening. But there we go. What's that if it's not hope? So, dear viewers, that brings us rather neatly to time to do a quick 3-card pick a card. Okay, it's only 3 cards because I'm kind of conscious of how long this video is getting, and if I make them too long, my computer just goes weird with them. So there we go, there we have a nice shuffle. So let's pick out the top 3. Let's see what we've got. It's Tarot in Wonderland, my favourite deck, and I'm sticking with it because I kind of remember the pictures. Isn't that crazy? But there you go. It's better to be accurate, I think, as accurate as possible. So we have card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. That's the way we're going to do it. So do pick a card. You know, let your inner psychic pick the card. That's the way to do it. We all have an inner psychic, which is how we get those past life dreams and regressions and things going on in the first place, have we not? So let's get to card number 1, and it's the Page of Pentacles. There he is, the element of earth, the pentacles, of course, and this one, never quite understood exactly why there are toasted sandwiches lying all over the floor. Looks like grilled cheese with some lettuce sticking out of there. Don't know why that is, but it's a kind of abundance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you had 7 grilled cheese sandwiches, you'd know about it, and you'd feel like you had plenty to eat, at least for now. So there we go, a symbol of plenty, and it's the Page of Pentacles. This is help, this is advice. But as always with the pages, you get out what you put in. This is a youthful character, and he is going to need some encouragement to really kind of get his manifesting boots on. But if you encourage him, he will encourage you and he will help you. And of course, we have this beautiful green meadow reminding us that it's not going to be too long until there are nice green leaves on the trees again. Card number 2 is the King of Cups. And he is all at sea. Now, if you picked all 3 cards, this is very much the heart of the matter. There we go. So we've got the element of water, big style, with the sea. And, of course, it's the cups. Let's just get a thumbnail at this point, actually. I think that would be a rather useful thing to do. Go on. I think it's taking a thumbnail. I never really know, to be honest. You know, cameras and me and phones and stuff. Almost like a foreign thing to each other. But there we are, the King of Cups, all at sea. Maybe there's been some crying going on, actually. That is one of the main indicators of the element of water when we get into a reading, particularly when it's the heart of the matter. Stormy sea there and slanted clouds, so everything is not what it seems at the moment. But he is the King of Cups, so he is the boss and he can make things happen. So if you picked that card, or if you picked all 3, bear in mind, friends, you can make it happen. You can get things happening the way you want them to happen and make life the way you want it to be. I know it seems like that's an impossible thing in these crazy times in which we live, but everything is possible if you put your mind to it, especially if you get into that manifestational frame of mind. And you know, just the fact that I've got lettuce growing in January is quite a surprise to me, actually. But, you know, there we go. It proves it's possible if you give it everything you've got. So let's give you now everything I've got. The last thing I've got is card number 3, and it's the 7 of Wands. So here we have the wands, the symbol of getting things done, the symbol of actually making things happen. And it's not easy, as the other 2 cards suggest, actually. The Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups. You know, really kind of quite tricky, quite awkward cards, but cards which promise a better outcome, better things to come. And we don't see too much of the better things to come in this card. It's that old pointless battle thing going on. But it is the rather magical number of 7, so there's a lot of positivity there. Also, in this deck, Tarot in Wonderland, when we see playing cards, they have a meaning. If we can only see the back of the cards, there's nothing we can do about it. If we can only see the front of the cards, then there is, you know, it's all to play for. That is the analogy. And we can actually see a bit of both here. So what we've got to do is accept that there are some things we can't change and realise then that there are things that we can change, and because of that we can change the overall situation in which we find ourselves, and we can find ourselves in a better situation going down the road. So there you go, 3 cards that I was going to say change the world. I can't really say that, can I? But I hope they've let you see that you can change your world. That's the most important thing, because you can, because manifestation is always possible. A lot of people think we're crazy for saying that, and then they'll go on a self-help course and get in a positive frame of mind and make things happen for the better. That's exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about manifestation. It is magical because the human soul is magical. And with that, friends, thanks very much for watching. Please drop a like on this one if you've enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have subscribed already, God bless you and thanks very much. But do check, please, to see if you're still subscribed, because YouTube claws back the subscriptions as often as it can. Doesn't matter if you've got like 100,000 subscribers and YouTube take 3 away, it's not the end of the world. But at my level, I need all the help I can get. So there you go. If you'd like a private reading, do message me 35and83@gmail.com. That is 35and83@gmail.com. We will try and work something out. I'm not doing too well with Zoom and live messaging and kind of doing readings that way at the moment. Very slow internet connection since kind of late last year. But we'll try and make something happen if you want a reading. 35and83@gmail.com. It's down there in the description below. And why not drop me a comment? Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how it's going. Basically, let me know all about it in the comments below, all about it. And I'll see you again in a future video. Love and light, blessings and peace.